Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And I hope everybody's having a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are out there in the world. Listen, things are happening very fast around this space. I know that it might not seem like it, but listen, if we look at the last 4 weeks, around crypto, around our financial system, there has been significant updates being pushed. I want to dive on in to this statement here by Swift. We do see in the first half of 2023, only around 10% of the total Swift security settlement messages were sent for the purpose of T+1 settlement in equity markets. When the North American markets moved to T+1 in May of 2024, this figure is estimated to jump to 30%. In other words, change is happening quickly, and preparation is critical. This is definitely interesting. Listen, as we see these major moves being made, I know that some of this doesn't mean much to most, and I think that the reason why these things don't matter to some people is they're undereducated and underexposed to what needs to happen before we see significant change. Everything is aligning for faster payment systems, faster payment settlement architecture, all to be realized in. And if you have been around the XRP community for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 years, right? The number one thing that everyone has been saying is wait until we see instant settlement realized in. Right? Because all it takes is a few players to be on board, and then all of a sudden, everyone lines up. Right now, we're starting to see things change. It's evolving. Significant connections and networking is underway. And Ripple, well, guess what? They have been sitting at all of the major tables. Everyone needs to pay attention to those significant meetings that have happened. The BIS, the IMF, the World Bank, all of these elite organizations, even the World Economic Forum, Ripple is there in some way, shape, or form. And remember, what happens in North America impacts the rest of the world. The US, Canada, and Mexico are transitioning to T+1 settlement. Market participants across the world need to prepare for the challenges such as time zone pressures, not least in Asia Pacific, which accounts for 50% of equity settlement instructions sent to North America. With up to a 14-hour time difference, you'll need to put plans in place to avoid operational disruption and settlement fails. Preparation is key to success, and all of this is happening in 2024. And we could actually see a little bit of a breakdown within this. This got posted on November 30th. By the way, for those that are not aware, we recently did an update on this. Swift has been putting out a ton of these posts. We even see here, shaping the future of finance together, the power of community approach in Central Asian countries. Swift enables global trade interoperability in successful trials. Instant cross-border payments usher in new phase of global financial interoperability. There has been a ton of posts like this from Swift. You need to look into a lot of these articles because they give you an insight on what's happening right now. But within this, right, we see that, and let me zoom in today's world, speed is of the essence. From same-day deliveries to fast food, instant messaging and instant payment, speed and efficiency is expected. But now, guess what? We don't have that. We don't have instant settlement. That's why as we look at this, it's becoming a big trend. And guess what? We have been ahead of this for a very long time. We have been focused on this for a very long time. One of the biggest things that we have talked about is how Ripple is already ahead of the game. We see here, right? So this is talking about settlement cycles. However, while counterparty settlement risk may be reduced, the report also highlights the significant operational challenges. This is particularly heightened in instances of cross-border settlement as a result of both time zone and FX challenges with banks and brokers facing roughly 80% less time to manage the settlement process. And we know Ripple now is spanning globally, and we also know that Ripple has 90% of the FX market already tapped in. So as we look at the settlement risk and all of the issues around settlement within the cross-border payment sector, we already know that Ripple has alleviated all of that. This is a number one reason why I say Swift has been losing dominance within a lot of these major markets and globally. It's because they are not prepared either. But a lot of these players in this space, like Ripple for an example, are prepared. They understand this. They get this. This is why they already have 500 plus players on board. But outside of this, we also see over here from Flip the Chain. Big shout out. So we've seen this posted on December 7th. ISO 20022, sorry. Paul Thamala, I hope I'm saying that name right. NED, Unifits. Guys, it's just going to happen. If you think it's going to slip to 2025 or 2026, it's not. It's going to happen in 2024. And again, listen, do you honestly think, let me ask all of you, and again, comment down below. Do you think that they are going to tell you the date? No. It is going to happen when you least expect it. This is why I say that a large portion of the population, I've said it, 99% will be completely caught off guard. Hell, even the small percentage of people in crypto, which by the way, I don't think it's 5%. I think that study is so wrong because again, the percentage of individuals that are actually invested into XRP and utility tokens, it's such a small percentage. It's probably sub 1%. But everyone that is not doing the research right now, everyone that is not looking into this space and doing a ton of research, a ton of reading, looking into what's happening, they're going to get completely caught off guard. And they'll be wiped out because they're not ahead of the game right now. This is going to set up the infrastructure for banks, exchanges, corporates, etc. to facilitate easy adoption for XRP. Check this out.
That we all know happens with ISO 20022.
All right, so looking at 2024 then, and getting your forecast, what are sort of the main big steps to sort of summarize what we've covered?
I think the big steps guys, it's just going to happen. And whether you think it's 2025 or it's going to slip to 2026, it's not. It will be a 2024 issue. And actually, you need to bite it. You know, you really need to get yourself ready. And if it was up to me, I would say automate it, because otherwise you're just going to be doing a lot of busy work, and that's not good for you. It's not good for your customers.
And although, I would say, is this just, talk and discussions? No. I may say that if it wasn't for all of these big updates being pushed by Swift and what they are talking about. But also remember, everyone's expecting delay. Hell, even now with crypto as well, a lot of people are still expecting crypto to just kind of go sideways for the next, couple months. But we already know that a lot of the sideline cash that was here during 2023, guess what? They're crying probably, because we've seen this market erupt. As we look at everything aligning perfectly, though, within the financial revolution, everything's been heating up. Moves have been being made. And also, big shout out to RizXRP, we do see 2024. Again, this is the head of payments products at Ripple. Listen closely.
So ISO 20022 is a global standard for financial information exchange. This enables interoperability between different systems, straight through processing of payments, and rich data transfer. And it'll also foster competition because it's open and flexible. At Ripple, we've been aligned with ISO 20022 from day one. We've always recognized that this is the direction of payments and it'll be better for everyone. And we were really a first mover on that front. We've also joined the standard body to help contribute to how payments will shape in the future.
And again, do you hear what she's actually telling you? She's telling you that Ripple as a company has already infiltrated the standards bodies, the groups that are here to make sure that the future of finance gets realized in. I mean, come on. What else do you honestly need to hear? This is why I say, as we look at Ripple, and as we look at how Ripple has been tapping into XRP, the future is so damn bright. I understand that we're sitting here and we're saying, well, I just want XRP to pump. I just want XRP to go to this price, that price. I am looking at this space right now, and all I can think about is how we are at this point in this market where things are aligning perfectly for the future to be realized in. And that future is institutions, enterprises, major players looking into legitimate players in the space, investing a ton of money into them, and those projects becoming the blue chips of tomorrow. This is where a lot of value and wealth is made. And it all starts with standardization. It all starts with regulations, implementation. Everything is aligning. 2024 seems to be a massive year. And also remember, we just recently talked about the adoption bill, right? The blockchain adoption bill. This is a big one. And remember, this is aligned with, again, 2024. 2024 is going to be, without a doubt in my mind, one of the largest years for crypto. And I think that we've already started to see that becoming a reality. We just seen a huge update from Ripple and Buton. So Ripple and Buton CBDC partnership to enter pilot phase in 2024. This was a pretty big update that we got. Again, another key thing to watch is the CBDC narrative, because again, this plays right back in to what we have been talking about with crypto, and how this financial system is changing. Remember, the financial system that we know about is never going to be the same again. Every single day, we are seeing significant change happening within our financial system. It's digital. The future is digital. Everything is moving towards a digital future, and crypto is at the forefront of that. CBDCs, and the discussions regarding CBDCs have only heated up more and more. For an example, over here, Mbridge to launch cross-border CBDC payments by mid-2024. This was back in October. This was a big one with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. And they even announced that this is going to be launching in mid-2024. And it could offer an alternative to SWIFT's dominant payment infrastructure. Again, remember what we've been talking about. SWIFT is essentially dead. And remember that the Mbridge is a collaboration between Hong Kong, China, Thailand, and even the UAE. This was a big one. And outside of this, we also know Russia. Russian lawmakers want wholesale CBDC as Treasury unveils 2024 retail pilots. Again, more CBDC discussions all aligned with 2024. And it's all regarding cross-border payments, by the way, as well. And we could see all of the players that are tapped in here. BRICS obviously being the big ones, but this is truly something special. And then also the ECB to start wholesale CBDC settlement trials in 2024. This was back in June of this year. And we also know that they recently unveiled that the digital euro was happening. It's becoming a reality. And again, all of this is utilizing DLT as well. We even see down here that the new pilot regulation passed by the EU last year, which temporarily relaxes financial market infrastructure requirements for securities trading using DLT. DLT, blockchain, it's all a key piece of the puzzle with this. And by the way, this is with Euroclear and Deutsche Bank. We also know that there's a lot of connections between those and Ripple, as well as a few other players within the space. Outside of that, South Korean Central Bank to launch CBDC pilot in 2024. November of this year, we just seen this as well. And again, like everything seems to be aligning with 2024. Brazil as well. Brazil Central Bank names its digital currency Drex, scheduled for 2024 launch. This was August 7th. Again, Guess what they're using? DLT to settle wholesale interbank transactions. We also know that Ripple has become a prominent player within the Brazil area. So who knows what happens with that? It could very well mean Ripple. It could very well not mean Ripple. Also, Singapore. We also know Ripple has become a major player in Singapore. Singapore's wholesale CBDC pilot will launch in 2024. This was November of 2023 that we seen this. This was another big one. And again, all of this pertains back to DLT, blockchain. We even have the IMF here talking about this. Again, 130 countries are currently exploring a CBDC, which constitutes 98% of the global GDP. This is why I say understand what is happening here. And by the way, during the Singapore FinTech Festival, Kristalina Georgieva said to all governments and even central banks to ramp up their adoption efforts towards CBDCs, and how by doing so, they could vastly enhance cross-border payments, making them faster and more cost-efficient, as well as to reach the unbanked. Again, this is all being expedited. South Korea to pilot CBDC with 100,000 citizens in 2024. Another big move being made here. Again, I keep telling you guys, change is in the air. It's happening already. So as we really look at all of these big moves being made, 2024 is looking like it's going to be an absolute massive year, not just for crypto, but for the entire financial sector. Guys, you need to prepare now for all of the big moves being made. I really do think that 2024 is going to be absolutely huge. And even Swift telling us, hey, guess what? Change is happening quickly. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter, as well as join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.